I'm back with another video, and in this video, I want to explain to everybody how to get ahead with their finances and maybe where people are going wrong with their finances. Because if you know, Americans are living check to check. It says 67% of Americans wouldn't be able to come up with $1,000 if an emergency was to happen. They said 37% of Americans wouldn't be able to come up with $400 if an emergency was to happen. So, guys, today I want to tell you why this is going on. I want to explain to people how we can get ahead and how we can stop living check to check and how we can stop struggling financially. See, most people don't understand. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. This quote sounds, cliche, but in reality, that's the simple definition of wealth. See, most people spend money to look rich instead of actually becoming rich or actually becoming wealthy. Most people spend money on bullshit and claim they're not making enough or claim that they don't have no money once they paycheck come, right? So I want to explain to you about why this is. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and what you do with what you keep, bro. I think people don't understand spending habits is just like our regular habits. We make our habits and our habits make us. We make our habits and our habits shape our life. If you wake up every day, don't brush your teeth, don't eat right, don't eat clean, wake up every day, eat snacks and shit, you're going to end up unhealthy, and that's just the facts. If you wake up eating fruits and veggies and drink plenty of water and get exercise in, you're going to end up healthy. Habits make our life. If you got a habit of spending everything that come in, of course, you're not going to be having the money you want. You're not going to be having the money for when you get older and need it, and you're not going to be able to retire early if that's what you want. So listen, we must understand that people do not do well financially because of themselves, because they don't have this discipline to save money. They don't have the discipline to budget. They don't have the discipline to not spend on things and give in to that craving and that instant gratification. Money takes deferred gratification. Wealth is built in the long term. Wealth is built in the long term in the slow, steady grind. Slow and steady wins the race. The turtle in the hare, guys. That's the truth. That's the honest truth, and that's what people don't want to hear. Everybody these days want the get rich quick scheme. Everybody wants to get money now. Want to quit my job and start my own business. It's harder than y'all think to start your own business. And if you can't work for a job, how are you going to work for yourself when you have to work 24 hours of the day? And so what we need to be doing is trying to be good with our money so we can live the life we want now, and so we don't have to wait on whatever's in your mind of building a business or future income. I'm hoping you get rich, right? What I be telling people is if you go to work and you have $0 in your pocket, it's different from going to work and you have 10,000 in your pockets or more, or 5,000. It's different because you're not no longer in there waiting on your next check. You're not showing up because you have to. If you have $50,000 and you're showing up to work versus having $0 showing up to work, of course you're gonna feel like shit every day when you're at work because you're working to get money. You're stressing for that next check to pay bills or before you can finally go out and enjoy your life. See, if you actually have 10,000 or somewhere around that, then you don't have to wait for a paycheck anymore. Like I said, if you have 20,000, 10,000, any of these numbers, you can actually get to the point where you're showing up because you want to, not because you have to. Because if you got to the point where you want to say, fuck this job and leave, you can do that because you have saved the funds for you to be able to have a little bit of freedom. What I want people to know is wealth is freedom. The way you look at money is not the way wealthy people look at money. Wealthy people look at money as buying their time back and buying back freedom. Most people look at paychecks like, here you go, you worked hard, now go spend money and have fun. But that's not the way we should be looking at money, because that's going to keep us broke and keep us in a cycle of returning to work. The more you spend, the more you have to return to that job. Things I would tell you to do. Save your money. Well, first, don't go into debt. If you can avoid it, don't go into debt. You shouldn't have no car payments, because then if you had car payments, now you have extra money that you have to dispense every month. Say your car note was $400, $500. If you got rid of a car note, Now you got $500 extra. And you know what you can do with that extra money? Save up a nice emergency fund in a high yield savings account. Then the money, after you got a nice emergency fund built up, now you can move to the next step, which is investing your money into mutual funds or ETFs. And that's going to make your money expand over the long term and invest for the long term. Get out of debt, high yield savings account, invest your money in a Roth IRA, living below your means, and start fulfilling yourself. Because when you're chasing money, you're not fulfilling yourself, guys. When you're chasing a new shirt to make you feel good, when you're chasing the new car to make you feel good, or the nice watch, or any of these things, or chasing that trip that you can't go on because you just spent all your money, then you won't feel good. So when you're saving money, you start looking at everything like bullshit. And now you actually have more freedom because you don't want as much things. You don't want as much things. So now you have more freedom. Now you feel better because you're not out here consumed by consumerism. Right? You're low key taking your life back. You're taking your life back and you're saving money so you can have freedom. If you saved up for a whole year, the next year, say you have $15,000. Now, if you did want to go on a trip, you could pay for it in cash and don't have to go in debt for it and don't have to trip over it. Just take $1,000 on a trip, come back, you still have $14,000 cash, right? You still have $14,000 saved, which is more than most people, sad to say. That's what you need to do. Take your life back, man. Stop looking at money as a way to spend and start looking at it as freedom and your time. The more you spend, the more you have to go to work. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep and what you do with what you keep. High yield savings account, mutual funds, and ETFs. That's the gist of it, guys. You do that and let me know how this video helped you in the comments. Let me know what you stopped spending on in the comments. And let me know how are you doing financially if you're comfortable with that. In the comments, if you have any questions or need any help, just hit me up. I don't want you to buy anything from me. I'm just here to help. Peace.